The motion light flicked on before I reached the hallway. I hadn't moved yet. I was still standing at my kitchen sink, water running over my hands, staring at the dark corridor leading to my bedroom. The sensor should have been out of range. It always was. The light stayed on, a steady white glow, waiting. I shut off the faucet. The apartment felt smaller without the water noise.
Probably a glitch, I muttered, though my chest tightened. I live alone, 32. Project manager at a logistics firm downtown. My life is spreadsheets, meetings, deadlines. Predictable. Lights don't turn on unless something moves. I stepped toward the hallway. Halfway there, the light turned off. The next morning, I found my laptop open on the dining table. I was sure I'd closed it. Not just shut, closed, placed in my bag. I have habits, systems. I triple check. The screen glowed with our internal scheduling dashboard. One entry blinked. 8 p.m., quiet floor review. I don't work nights. The entry wasn't there yesterday. I checked the edit history, my login. Time-stamped 2:13 a.m. I was asleep at 2:13 a.m. I checked my phone's screen time. No activity, no emails sent, no messages. I deleted the entry. It reappeared. Same time, 2:13 a.m. Our office occupies the 27th floor of a glass tower overlooking the river. The top floors are executive. Below us, marketing and finance. The 26th floor is empty. It used to be leased by a consulting firm that folded last year. The company hasn't found a tenant. We call it the quiet floor. Nobody goes down there. The elevators technically stop there, but you have to manually select it. No one does. The doors usually open to dark hallways and plastic-wrapped cubicles. Usually. At 7:58 p.m., my phone buzzed. Calendar reminder. Quiet floor review. I had deleted it again. I told myself not to look. At 8 p.m. exactly, my laptop chimed from inside my bag. Meeting started. I should have turned it off. I didn't. I was still at the office. I'd stayed late catching up on a delayed shipment issue. Most lights were off, cleaning crew downstairs. The floor felt cavernous. I opened the laptop. Video call interface. No participants listed. Just a blank tile. And my camera turning on. I snapped it shut. My reflection lingered in the black screen a second too long before fading.
At exactly 8:07 p.m., the motion sensor lights outside our conference room flicked on, one by one, down the hallway, toward the elevators. I told myself this was stupid. Someone testing wiring, cleaning staff triggering sensors. I packed up and walked toward the elevator. The lights were on ahead of me, but not behind me. Every section I passed went dark, like something moving in the opposite direction. The elevator panel already had 26 illuminated. I hadn't pressed anything. I stood there, staring at the glowing number. The doors opened, empty. The button for 26 was still lit. I didn't move. The doors began to close, then stopped, as if someone inside placed a hand between them, but there was no one there. The doors slid open again. The button light blinked once, then went dark. The next morning, I checked with building security. I tried to make it casual. Hey, random question. Any maintenance happening on 26? The guard frowned. That floor's sealed after 6 p.m. Sealed? Management decision. Liability stuff. Does anyone go there at night? No. He didn't hesitate. Too quick. That afternoon, my coworker Melissa leaned over my desk. You working late again? Probably not. She hesitated. You've been here late a lot. I stayed till 8 yesterday. She gave me a strange look. You left after 10. No, I didn't. Yeah, I saw you get on the elevator. You looked distracted. I laughed. Wrong guy. There's not another 6-foot guy with your stupid blue jacket. I stopped smiling. I left at 8, I said. She didn't argue. She just nodded slowly, like she didn't want to push it. I checked my security camera app. I installed it months ago after a package got stolen. The living room feed showed me entering at 8:46 p.m., but I distinctly remember arriving at 8:10. The timestamp didn't glitch. Fast forwarding, at 10:12 p.m., the camera recorded movement in the hallway. The motion light flicked on, but I was visible on the couch in the corner of frame. The hallway light stayed on for 11 minutes. I should have left. I know that. Instead, I walked toward the sound, slowly, each step deliberate. If someone was there, they needed to explain. If it was security, maintenance, whatever, I needed proof. Halfway down the hall, I saw something that made my stomach drop. One of the plastic sheets had been removed from a cubicle. Inside was a desk. On the desk, my laptop. Open, screen glowing, showing the video call interface. 2 participants, both labeled with my name. Both cameras on. One showed me standing in the hallway. The other showed the back of my head from directly behind. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. The feed behind me shifted slightly, as if whoever held the camera adjusted their grip. My phone vibrated again. Calendar notification. You're late. The overhead lights flicked on, all of them, every cubicle, every corridor, blinding. And it wasn't empty. Desks weren't covered. Computers were on, chairs occupied. Dozens of people sat working silently, every one of them facing monitors. Every screen showed the same thing. Me. Standing frozen in the hallway. Live feed from multiple angles. None of them looked at me directly, but their eyes moved, slightly delayed, like a bad live stream. One of them spoke without turning. Sit down. It wasn't loud, but it echoed. My phone vibrated in my hand. New calendar entry. Daily, 8 p.m., quiet floor review. No end date. I stumbled backward. The lights flickered again. When they steadied, the floor was empty. Plastic sheets back over desks. Darkness returning. Emergency strips humming. My laptop was gone from the desk. Only mine remained in my hands. Closed. Cold. The elevator doors were already open when I reached them. I didn't remember walking back. The panel showed 27. Doors closed. Chime. Back to my floor. My desk lamp was on. My computer monitor awake. Inbox open. One unread message from HR. Subject: after hours access concern. Body: we've noticed repeated access to restricted areas after 8 p.m. Please adhere to company policy moving forward. I checked the timestamp. 2:13 a.m.
I didn't reply. I packed up, left. The security guard avoided eye contact as I exited. At home, the hallway light was on again. I hadn't moved. It just was. Steady white glow. Waiting. My phone buzzed. Calendar notification. 8 p.m. Quiet floor review. Location updated. Home. The description changed again. Attendance automatic. I turned off my phone. The hallway light stayed on. From the bedroom, I heard something soft, like a chair sliding across carpet. I don't have a chair in there. The motion sensor flicked off, then on again, as if something passed slowly in front of it. I didn't go check. I stood in the kitchen, listening. At 8 p.m. exactly, my laptop chimed from inside my bag. Meeting started, even though I had shut it down, even though it was zipped inside. The sound continued, soft, persistent, waiting for me to join. The hallway light remains on now. It hasn't turned off in 3 days, and I haven't gone back to work. But my calendar still fills itself every night, 2:13 a.m.